Said I'm free if I had to swing by myself. Oh, my mother, if I had to swing by myself. Said I pray if I had to pray by myself. Said I pray if I had to pray by myself. Oh, my mother, my father, sister, oh my brother, but I pray if I had to pray by myself. Send me, why don't you send me? Send me, Jesus. I may be burdened, or maybe weary. Send me, Jesus. So money in my pocket, and I go if I had to go by myself. Said I go if I had to go by myself. Oh, my mother, my father, sister, oh my brother, and I go if I have to go by myself. All right. Feel like I'm in the valley. There's a lily in the valley, bright as the morning star. There's a lily in the valley, bright as the morning star. There is a lily in the valley, bright as the morning star. Is in the valley, bright as the morning star. Somebody found joy in the valley, bright as the morning star. Somebody found joy in the valley, bright as the morning star. Somebody found love in the valley, bright as the morning star. Somebody found love in the valley, bright as the morning star. Somebody found love in the valley, bright as the morning star. Hey, in the valley, bright as the morning star. Somebody found peace in the valley, bright as the morning star. Somebody found peace in the valley, bright as the morning star. Amen. Come on, y'all. Amen. Somebody find God in the valley. Come on, y'all. Bright as the morning star. Somebody found deliverance in the valley. Bright as the morning star. Somebody found peace in the valley. Bright as the morning star. There's a lily in the valley, bright as the morning star. There's a lily in the valley, bright as the morning star. There is a lily in the valley, bright as the morning star, singing amen.
Of a sinner's prayer. At the turn of the century, in the year 1999, the R&B singer and pop culture icon Beyonce, who was self-identified as Sasha Fierce while on stage, launched her group Destiny's Child into international stardom and solidified what is known as crossover status with the Grammy Award-winning song, Say My Name. Now, would you go ahead and take off your mask and act like you don't know, quit acting like you don't know what I'm talking about tonight? The lyrics of the chorus invoke a narrative which involves a woman who suspects that she is not the only one in her boyfriend's life. She said it this way: say my name. Say my name. When no one is around you, come on and help me. I know you know the words. Say, baby, I love you. If you ain't running game. You acting kind of shady and calling me baby. Why the sudden change? If no one is around you, say, baby, I love you. If you ain't running game, you acting kind of shady, ain't calling me baby, you better say my name. See how she switched that up right there? Any sisters in here ever had to switch it up? The message of the song, I'm glad you could laugh about that, was that someone with nothing to hide and nothing to be ashamed of should have no problem with affirming their personal relationship and affection for someone special in the presence of somebody else, unless something else is going on. And I want to submit to us that the message in this playful and passionate R&B song not only connected with millions of people on a social level, but has relevance for those of us who recognize a parallel significance in the spiritual realm. The message for me that resonated, Pastor Perkins, and I hope resonates on tonight for those of us who dare to live for and follow after the example of Jesus Christ is simply this. A relationship that lacks authenticity is not a relationship at all. Now, you going to help me preach tonight? A relationship that lacks authenticity is not a relationship at all. In other words, if it lacks authenticity, if it lacks something that makes it genuine, then it's not real. It's charades. It's a mask. It's pretense. It's a performance. You ever known anybody who had to perform at everything? You ever known anybody who had to pretend all the time? Just as we cannot fully enjoy or sustain a relationship with anyone as long as we are presenting ourselves as someone other than who we truly are, it is also the case that we cannot ever establish or enjoy a relationship with God as long as we are pretending in His presence. We will never be able to approach God and engage Him in any capacity, whether it's in prayer or even in praise, until we take off our garments of pretense, take off our robes of dishonesty, remove our shirts of arrogance and our garments and outfits of self-righteousness. The simple but salient truth about approaching God in prayer and adoring Him with praise is that the power of prayer and the joy of praise are only accessible to those who understand that God will save anybody that is willing to be honest about the fact that they need Him in the first place. Now, I thought I might have 3 or 4 folk, and I would make 5, that could shout on the fact that you know if it had not been for the Lord on your side, if it had not been for the Lord in your marriage, in your family, on your job, in your education, in your career, in your children's lives. Paul says it this way: Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners, of whom I am the foremost. And Jesus said one time, those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. In other words, those who recognize they are diseased with sin, diseased with shortcomings, with setbacks. Would you just look at your neighbor and tell them, I'm pretty low down? See, everybody didn't say what I told you to say. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I'm pretty low down. Look at your other neighbor and tell them, I'm pretty messed up. See how liberating that is when you can just say that? Some of us hadn't said that in 20 years.